Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Duke Silver. Today we're going to be playing Fortuna. So Fortuna, her ability is at level 4 and 6, you get a free level 6 character, and that's it. So you're kind of incentivized to take XP on this hero. Not super incentivized. I mean, I think getting to 4 is fast is important. Like if you can get an XP on 3, that's really nice, but the level 6 one probably matters a little bit less, because by then you already kind of have a sort of an established comp. We start off with a sleeping cat there, just because it's a little bit bigger than the talking frog. But we did lock the talking frog with the spell. I mean, I'm sure you've noticed in these openings, I generally just take the freed prints. It's too many stats. It's just too many. And yeah, we're just going to take a couple supports and support this freed prints, throw some more stats on there with the spell, and win this combat very easily. We get a pair of farmers here, and there's such a strong tempo unit. I think we are going to pick both of them up here. And I mean, it's also a 3-pair. They're 12/12s the turn you buy them, so we definitely want to keep the shield page. We're just kind of deciding which unit we need to sell out of here. I think it's going to end up being the kitten as the sword squire doesn't really do much without the kitten just doesn't really do much without the sword squire, and it was between sword squire and kitten anyways. Yeah, I just think the sword squire probably plays a little bit longer than a single sleeping kitten. We get a baby mimic out of our level 3 triple here on the farmer, and yeah, look at the size of that thing, 27-28 on 3.1. That's going to be tough to deal with for anyone. Considering just taking another cat here, but kind of want to use my gold a little bit more efficiently, so we're going to take the crew member. We don't have anything to summon right now, but I mean, with these supports, crew member I think gets a little bit more value as well, because you can summon things in front of the supports. A couple Romeos over there on Bearskin's board, but once again, our farmer, very big. I mean, it's going to be shrinking over time, but yeah, for these first few combats, it's going to be tough for us to lose. There's a pirate gunner there to scale something and then summon it with crew member, but instead we're just going to jam this experience, get our level 6 character, and it is in fact a Sherlock, which is, Sherlock, I mean, it's a 25-10, so like, or a 2015, something like that. Anyways, it's got a bunch of stats on it. Like the hero attack doubling doesn't really matter too much at this point in the game, although it does help you get ties. But yeah, that stat line is probably going to be doing more for us than the doubling hero attack, at least for now. But it is also it's a sort of direction as well. It kind of leads us into wanting to pick up hero attack pieces from here. It makes those detective apprentices you see on level 4 a lot more enticing. Speaking of, there's one. I think we are just going to snap this one up. And probably take a roll here and look for another one. We did pick up a duelist as well, and we used the new U on the farmer before it shrunk, and turned it into a pretty decently sized book mage for this turn. And we make very short work of that combat against Ares. There's another new U, and I think yeah, we're just gonna fire it off on the golden book there, and it turns into goes from a book mage to another mage here in Crystal Sage. Which doesn't really help our board. We don't have a single other mage, so these spells aren't really doing a ton. I mean, I guess the spells do. They scale the Crystal Sage's attack at least, and the slay from the Crystal Sage is definitely good. If we can get the slay, that is. And yeah, we're just gonna summon it from hand, so it's kind of protected. I guess it didn't really matter what we summoned there, but yeah, we're hoping to get a slay and reduce the cost of our spells. And we did get the slay there, so that's nice. Not that we're going to be casting a ton of spells, but any ones that we come across are going to be a lot cheaper. And hey, there's another new U, so we're going to fire that off, and it's a multi. So we go up the chain into into a completely irrelevant piece. Really regretting that now, but you know, you got to take the risk. You got to fire it off, right? It's like getting another shot at a Fortuna level 6, except golden, right? And it's not like it cost a ton anyways. Although we are out of mana, I really wanted to take this Future Vision, and I think I did lock it. I don't think I kept it locked. Just because we've picked up a couple detective apprentice here. We kind of want to be rolling on 5 to find our Watson or grown-up Grettles. So taking Future Vision and just kind of like playing just the shops that we get isn't exactly where we want to be, I think. Oh, never mind. We did we did keep it, and we got a Fire Mage immediately. We did find another grown up Gretel as well. Unfortunately, Fire Mage doesn't really fit too well either. We do get a pretty interesting shop here, though. That's a Nero. I'm a Nero and a Corgi in this shop. I think we might sell down for the Nero. I mean, it just gives us a whole bunch of different avenues to go down here. I don't know that we lock the Corgi, but it is there, and I guess we did fire off a lock here, which I guess makes sense because, like, I mean, Corgi's a pretty good dog. It just, like, I mean, it gets double stats from Nero, so seems relatively strong, worth a pickup. Unfortunately, even early a base stat Fire Mage just isn't quite good enough. We do manage to take down Brother Gambler there. We get some pretty fortunate attacks at the end there, and we get another Nero in this shop that we locked, which is really fortunate because, I mean, there's only one empty slot in the shop, so the fact that it filled with exactly what we want for a dog comp is really nice. All right, and here, this is kind of like the reason I chose this video. I've been winning with stealth a lot, and I kind of wanted to showcase just how powerful this new Dark Twig unit is. I mean, I kind of showed off stealth in my first in the first video with Dame Gothel there a few days ago, but again, like, most of my wins are coming from stealth, and we've got a good dog comp here. But even this Dark Twig at at a 0 count is so tempting that I'm actually gonna sell down for it, and we're gonna throw it on the board. Mostly because, like, I think stealth and dogs kind of do the same thing, but stealth just does it so much better, or at least does it easier. Like, if you find, like, the perfect treasures for the perfect treasure and assortment of units for dogs, of course, like it's got a really high ceiling. But, like, with stealth, like, you want kind of the same treasures. You just want anticipating drumroll. But yeah, you just put stealth units on your board, and they just scale by themselves, and they'll eventually outscale pretty much anything. Not to mention, because we already have this Fire Mage, Fire Mage is kind of the perfect addition to the stealth comp. Because Mad Oblivion gives things stealth, you can give your Fire Mage stealth, and it'll get the stats from the Dark Twig, and then you use Shadow Lord to double up on the power, and yeah, Fire Mage just becomes an incredibly huge unit and just attacks the sort of meta comps right now really well. We do find another Dark Twig, which is fantastic. And yeah, we don't have the Fire Mage in 1 yet. We still want to get the most out of our Nero if we can, and we do there. We knock out another player in Bearskin. We're gonna happily pick up this second Dark Twig though, and I think it's time to start putting our Fire Mage in 1 if we can. I mean, we do want to find the Shadow Lord first. We do find another Mad Oblivion, which is really nice, and Mad Oblivion is just, like, kind of the perfect unit for this, like, because it gives other things stealth. Like, it gives those units the stats from the Dark Twig, as well as being ranged and having those huge double power attacks from the Shadow Lord. So Mad Oblivion is, like, a really premium pickup. I've been picking them up at 5 whenever I see them, just on the off chance that I see a Dark Twig and I can move into stealth comp on 6. We get a level 6 treasure in our Dark Twig triple there, and we have this. We've held on to this baby mimic this whole game, so that's really nice. And we didn't end up putting the Fire Mage in 1 there, and maybe that was a mistake. Also, one thing that I learned with this game, because you'll notice that the Dark Mage, or the Fire Mage didn't get the stealth bonus, is so your entrance effects happen from left to right, from slot 1 to slot 7. So because the Dark Twigs are up above, it's actually giving the stealth stats before the Fire Mage gets stealth. So you need to have your Mad Oblivions giving characters stealth before your Dark Twigs trigger. So just something to keep in mind. Unfortunately, we didn't find our anticipating drum roll, and I mean, Golden King out of that treasure selection was pretty tempting, but I think just to make use of our baby mimic. We took the orchestra. Also, we've got a lot of types on our board, so it's a pretty huge infusion of stats there. And yeah, now that we have our Fire Mage in one, you can see we absolutely just destroy any comp. And what I meant by Fire Mage attacks the meta comps is basically boost comp. Like, the way to beat boost comp is you have to take out their Uther. So if your Fire Mage can just take out the opposing boost comp's Uther, then it really, really neuters them by a lot. Like I'm not sure about the Star Child like I don't think I've necessarily had to face like the Star Child variant boost comp, but the general boost comps, which have been an absolute menace. Like I had like a stretch of games the other day where I got like I got second place like 4 games in a row, and every single time I was against the same player just forcing boost comp. I mean, they just happened to hit all their boost treasures like right on time and get all the boost units. And I played like 4 different comps and lost to boost comp every time, so I'm a little bit sick of boost comp. I feel like there's only like 3 or 4 comps in like at least in the lobbies that I'm playing. There's only 3 or 4 comps you see at the top of the lobby, and they all look exactly the same. It's just stealth comp with Fire Mage, or I mean, Symbol of Unity scam, of course, boost comp, and sometimes dogs, and that's pretty much it. Even dwarves don't really get there anymore, it feels like. But I mean, like maybe dwarves could get there with a good enough high roll. But I mean, I've tried playing dwarves a couple times in the past couple days, and like I just feel like you have to like really hit at a fast pace. All right, yeah, you see we've got the Nero on the bottom row, not getting our Dark Twig buff, unfortunately. Again, this is something that I learned after this game. Well, at the end of this game, or by the end of this game, I should say. We are going to get a level 5 treasure. I think we're going to take the hero mask. We don't really care about the scrolls too much, and we're happy to just jam in Aladdin here, and then we can put our mimicked orchestra in the last slot there, and that gives us just a huge chunk of stats. Just increases the overall size of our board. Happy to pick up another Shadow Lord here. And yeah, that's just going to further increase the power of our Fire Mage. Our Fire Mage is going to be able to pretty much take out anything. Exactly 3 gold left. I mean, we might as well take this smite. I don't think we're in danger against this opposing Hunter's comp though. They haven't exactly developed into the end game. They're kind of still stuck on the scaling phase, and we make very short work of them. All right, and our Centimani Stone did turn into a Holy Grail, and I didn't realize it. So I just grabbed a Fire Mage. I mean, like getting the Golden Fire Mage is definitely fine, but I didn't even notice it, so that kind of took me by surprise. Bottled Lightning is really good in this spot, but I don't think we can replace anything there. And like it's not so important that we need it to make our Fire Mage big enough. So yeah, we just decided to, I think we re-rolled that one, and we're going to take a skip. Basically, the only thing we're looking for is anticipating drumroll out of these level 6 treasures. And you'll notice that we have taken 2 units with Holy Grail, which normally would use up the treasure. But because we had it in our final slot, we're going to get 2 extra uses out of it. So as long as you put the Holy Grail into that final slot while you're Aladdin, then you do get 4 uses out of it. So again, just something to keep in mind if it comes up for you. Also, tripling naturally does not use up the charges, so we didn't have to move it over. And we do finally find our anticipating drum roll, which we're just going to replace our Holy Grail with. There's no other treasures we really care about. We can't get out a hero mask. I mean, we could have probably gotten out of orchestra potentially, but I'm not really sure what else we care about on level 6 at all, to be honest. So we just kept the mimicked orchestra, and then we're just gonna of course have our drum roll in the final slot there. There was another Shadow Lord, but we don't really need another Shadow Lord on our board, so we're just gonna let it go. Opponent attempting to play angels, and getting an appropriate result there. But yeah, there we go. That's stealth. I mean, this is kind of a showcase game to show like just how flexible and powerful stealth is, and how like it's just kind of mindless, and you can just throw Dark Twig on your board and then pick up stealth characters, and it'll eventually scale to very high proportions. And like I said, I think it just does a better job in general of, or I guess it's just simpler than the dogs comp, because you don't have to find the very specific things to keep growing in power. You just need a lot less resources, it feels like. And also being able to just slot in a fire mage is just absolutely absurd. So I wonder if like the Dark Twig maybe needs to be changed to it gives characters stealth, like a bonus for each time they've had stealth, rather than being able to just slot in a fire mage and have it do 1,000 to 2,000 damage to the opponent's backline. Although, again, like, we need an answer to boost comp. The numbers on boost comp just like they just scale so dramatically every turn. Like once you've kind of assembled the core pieces, you've got like the flex slots or whatever, and then you just once you start adding like alliance bands and more copies of Merlin, then the stats just they just increase by way too much, I think. And yeah, I'm sick of seeing it. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd very much appreciate that. Please leave a like and subscribe if you would be so kind. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you tomorrow.